Crucificados, pelo, Sistema. Now these guys are probably...
Welcome to Tie Down TV, the punk rock opinion show with me, Geoff.
And Danny.
And today we're talking about crust punk and D-beat.
What's the difference?
So, is there a difference? There's definitely a slight difference, but there's also a lot of overlap. But crust punk's origins, they go quite far and wide, I think, but definitely the UK, I think, is as big thingy of it. Like, you've got obviously Discharge.
Yeah.
You've also got Amoebics, Anti-Cimex, all coming out of the UK at that time. Stuff in Sweden, Crude SS, Mob 47.
Yeah.
Influenced by stuff like Venom as well and Celtic Frost. You know, you were playing faster. And you had Hellbastard put out the demo Ripper Crust, which is recognised as the first time crust was used in that genre.
Yeah.
But then also then there's the D-beat bands that get referenced as D-beats, which comes from the Discharge beat. But did it start at Discharge?
No, it started with the Buzzcocks.
That's right. You Tear Me Up off music in a Different Kitchen album. And if you listen to it, even the guitars when they're kicking on that song, it definitely sounds like a D-beat song.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
And so it's a mixture. I'd say a lot of my picks are more in the heavy in the D-beat than the straight up crust. And let's get into the list then. What do you reckon?
I'll go first. Yeah. I'm going to go, my first pick for this is Anti-Cimex and Absolute Country of Sweden. These are like the forefathers of the Scandinavian scene. If you can't really talk about these though, I don't think, without bringing this up, which is the Raped Arse EP. I know what you're thinking, anyone who's watching this familiar with these. That ain't the original cover. No, this is a repress, yes. Sorry, but yeah. This is like one of the, I'd probably say one of the cornerstone releases of
100%.
Of crust punk.
It's fucking brilliant, man.
And it definitely has more of that traditional crust punk sound, whereas this, I'd definitely say, has got a lot of Motorhead worship going on.
Which, definitely, that's in there in the D-beat.
Yeah, you can really hear it, but these are proper D-beat legends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and as I said, there's a huge Motorhead influence going on with this, as opposed to the Raped Arse EP. But this and Scandinavian Jawbreaker are definitely worth checking out. Really fast, you know, guitar driven, you know what I mean? Amazing Scandinavian crust.
It's fucking great, aren't they? Yeah.
You're a big fan as well.
Yeah, the Victims of a Bomb Raid comp I love because it's got the...
It's all you need.
It's all you need. Exactly. It's fucking great, and fucking great band, great pick. Yeah. My first one, gone from the UK, Disaster, Warcry. This is where, it's fucking great, this, you know, man.
Yeah.
So these are from Halifax, from maybe late 80s. I think this came out in 91. As far as I'm aware, it's their only release. It's very heavy, like, it's basically a way of picking a Discharge album without it being Discharge.
Yeah, it's very, I mean, I know a lot of it
sounds a lot like
Discharge. Well, the D-beat bands who want to sound like Discharge, they just sound like almost exactly like Discharge.
Why? They all love Why by Discharge, you know what I mean? But it's fucking class. Flies by 25 minutes maybe at tops. But it's great. It's relentless. Doesn't let up. It's full D-beat. It's fucking brilliant. It's a little bit of a hidden gem that, well, for me, because I didn't find it until a bit later on in my time looking for music like this. But since I got onto it, it's grown and grown. And to be fair, and I had to pick it in my top 5, and it'll be the only UK band as well, which might be a little bit sacrilegious, but nah. And this is fucking great. If you haven't heard it, go and look for it. It's readily available as well. It's brilliant.
My next pick, Brazil. Ratos de Paro, and this is called Crucificados, pelo, Sistema. Now these guys are probably leave me alone. So these are probably better well known later on for their crossover thrash stuff, and if you want to hear any of that stuff, which is also great, I'd recommend the album Brazil, which is amazing. But this is fucking fantastic. You can't really go wrong if you just want a quick listen. This clocks in at 15 minutes. Don't think a song goes more than 1 hour, 1 minute 20. Do you know what I mean? It's really it came out in 1984. All the big heads of Brazilian extreme metal mention this as an influence. You know, Sepultura, Sarcophago, Mutilator. They all.
You can hear the early Sepultura. You can hear that in there, can't you?
Yeah, I mean, you can't. You know, they all there. They've all name dropped this as an influence. It's
class. That fucking artwork's amazing. I've seen that.
Yeah, it was one of the first punk albums to come out of Latin America.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? And it's still regular. Apparently, it got recently in their version of Rolling Stone, I guess, still gets classed as the best punk album from Brazil. So that tells you everything anyway, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? But yeah,
fucking way to go. Like,
it's a breakneck speed as you'd expect, and yeah, it's like I say, if you want a quick, fast, brutal listen, Ratos de Porão, the first album. I'm not going to try and pronounce that again, sorry.
Just to say, there was one album I was going to pick and I didn't because it was, I thought, I'm not going to be able to fucking say that. It was a Skid System album and I couldn't pronounce the title. So I left it off the list, to be fair. But so my second pick, I've gone with Aus-Rotten. The System Works for Them. American crust band.
System works. The system works for them.
It's amazing. The fucking intro to it's so good as well. Very like crusty, isn't it? Loads of like samples about greed and the standard stuff really. And then kicks in with that the title track. It's fucking great. I know we've had discussions where you're not a fan of the vocals, are you? As much?
It's not so much the vocals.
Well, just the style.
The accent I think sounds better.
Fair enough. I actually really like the vocals. One of the things I like is you can actually kind of hear what he's saying and singing, which obviously, if you know Crust and DB and stuff, not always easy to hear what people are saying in it. But anyway, it's fucking great. Again, relentless. Probably any of these picks we're picking aren't longer than half an hour anyway. But I think this clocks in at just under half hour. It's fucking cool though. Very again, much like a lot of the Anarcho stuff. This DIY. Kind of put together, they look DIY put together, you know what I mean? They open out big artwork and all that, all very, anarchist kind of looking stuff. Fucking great. They've got 3 albums, also the 7-inch, Fuck Nazi Sympathy is amazing.
I prefer that actually to the album.
I would agree, I think I would pick that over this, only when we're doing albums. But this is this is the debut album, it's fucking amazing. Again, if you haven't heard it, go and check it out and go and get it because I think it's pretty ready available, I think. Yeah.
My next pick from 1990, Hellkrusher, Wasteland. Formed by members of Hellbastard and Energetic Crusher to make Hellkrusher. If you're into your thrash metal, it's probably a good gateway album to discover some Crust because it is very, very, very thrashy. The vocals are amazing on this as well. I think they've really probably my favourite vocals in crust punk, to be honest, or DB, whatever. It's very lyrics are very anti-religion, also very anti the music scene. You know what I mean, as well as the usual anti-war stuff. It's one of my favourites. I do actually think these are by far the superior band to Hellbastard.
Yeah, I would 100% agree.
Yeah, as we said, Hellbastard probably coined the term crust with their Ripper Crust demo, but I'd say Hellkrusher, in my opinion, are by far the superior band.
I also do agree with that, to be fair.
The thing I really like about this is DB and crust stuff. I think if something can go on a little bit long, you kind of waiting for something. I wouldn't mind listening to something else. Now, this to me does not get boring. It's just at a really good thrashy pace, and I just love it all the way through.
Yeah, so it's
definitely one of my favourites of the genre. Hellkrusher, Wasteland.
Excuse me. Right, well, my next pick, and much you've just said it there, this is probably one of my favourite vocalists in D-Beat and Crust, and one of my favourite releases in it, full stop. I've gone Disclose, Yesterday's Fairytale, Tomorrow's Nightmare. If you're not familiar with Disclose, Japanese D-Beat.
A Japanese band had to get on, didn't they, at some point?
Fucking
with their riches of
noisy motherfuckers over there,
the amount of riches they've got in Crust and D-Beat,
it's so good. So good. Worship and Discharge, obviously, a lot of bands with the D and the Dis in the name, usually because it comes from Discharge, but this is fucking... I've got a few of their albums on vinyl, could have picked any of them, but this one always stands out for me, to be honest. Every time I listen to it, I just think, man, and the last song, War Dead, goes on for about 12 minutes, kicks my ass every time I listen to it, I fucking love it. But his vocals are what sells this more than anything for me, as much as I do think musically it's great as well.
Yeah,
fucking raw energy and raw attack from him.
When I think of that band, I think of Distortion.
Distortion. Very heavy on that. That's what it just noise, it's like wall of sound, isn't it? You know what I mean? But obviously the front one, I see if I can pronounce it right, Kawakami, he passed away of an overdose, I think, back in the mid to late 2000s, I think. But if you've not heard these, they've got a few releases been repressed. You can get them in the UK now. They used to be quite hard to get a lot of their stuff. They're fucking... Man, they're brilliant.
They are a great band.
One of my, one of my favourites in the DB.
I do prefer Tragedy myself.
Yeah,
that's great too.
I love Tragedy as well. I could have picked that, but I loved it. I think mainly for the last song, and I love that artwork as well. It's fucking class. Yeah, but they're fucking brilliant. Again, check them out.
One of the big dogs for me of UK Crust.
This is the one.
Doom, War Crimes,
Yes.
1988, one of John Peel's favourites. I always say that this sounds to me like the bass has been plugged into someone's arsehole. Honestly, it is the filthiest bass sound you've ever heard in your life. Probably not, if you're looking for a bit of variety, probably not the best band to listen to, but if you're into this sound, it's probably the best thing you can listen to. They're absolutely amazing. Everyone should know Doom who's watching this video.
Fucking
Do you know what I mean? Unbelievable band. You probably know that, like I say, you probably know these, you probably know that logo there and all that.
You've probably seen the Police Bastard.
I was literally about to say, yeah, if you like these and you haven't checked it out, obviously check out the Police Bastard 7-inch as well.
Class.
Also, you know what? Just get the Total Doom compilation because it's got this, that on it, and it's got I think another couple of 7-inches on. It's all you need by him. But yeah, Doom, absolute legends in the UK
great,
for Crust. You can't go wrong.
About as well.
Yeah. Peaceful at the time was pulling out loads of amazing stuff.
Out some good shit.
Yeah,
they nearly got picked in our label video, didn't they? Peaceful.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
fucking good.
Obviously, very politically charged lyrics and very fuzzy bass. But yeah, Doom, War Crimes.
If you hadn't picked Doom, I'd have definitely picked
Doom.
But
I wanted to pick Doom.
Yeah, obviously. But I just mean, they'd have had to have got in. Just wouldn't he? So next one, I'm sticking with Japan again. This one, I said about Disclose being noisy. Okay, now you want to check this shit out. Declone. It's called Creation and Destroy.
So I've not heard that. So if I said to you, Geoff, what is Declone like? What would you tell me?
I'd say imagine if Disclose turned up the distortion.
What?
Yeah, exactly, man. I'll tell you what, man. When we're done, I'll play it for you.
Oh God,
it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
it is noisy. It's bordering on being almost just noise at times, but there is that propulsive DB still there. And obviously, you look at it all. It's all the fucking disc artworky stuff, looking stuff. It's great though. It was a late pick for me. I was umming and ahhing, picking between this and the Skid System album I can't pronounce. But no, this just fucking. I love it, man. It blew me away. First time I heard it, I thought, oh, fucking hell, like I say, I thought this close was noisy and a bit distorted.
Yeah, it is. So
that
must be real.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
It's well worth checking out, but it's not that easy to get. Don't think they're on the streaming. I paid a fair whack for this vinyl as well. Like, it's not readily available. But if you can get hold of it or you can find it online, probably get it on YouTube actually, but it's class, man.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
My last pick, staying in the UK. Staying on Peaceville Records.
Yeah, man.
Electro Hippies, The Only Good Punk is a Dead Punk. Another favourite of John Peel. Slow songs and fast songs with these guys. You know what I mean? Sometimes goes a little bit amoebixy.
Yeah.
One thing I like about these is all the members seem to share the vocal duty. And it's very, very erratic.
On that album, they do.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and it's very, very erratic. And it almost reminds me a little bit of the power violence band Spaz. The way they kind of go, you know what I mean? Yeah. Obviously big on the veganism and animal rights front. I guess a lot of bands of this stuff were. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. But I always find as well another. What's the big sign that you're going to get a good crust band is if they hate McDonald's. And these fucking hate McDonald's.
Yes, they do.
You know what I mean? Run Ronald is about killing Ronald McDonald. Do you know what I mean?
When you see the artwork for the Play Fast or Die.
Yeah,
you know, it's very crusty and it's got a big Ronald McDonald.
Yeah, usually if a crust band hates McDonald's,
pretty good.
Yeah, you know if they got something in their imagery about hating McDonald's, you know you're fucking onto something. You're gonna go, that's fucking good.
They're gonna be good.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my last pick.
A great band again.
Yeah, from St Helens and Wigan, Electro Hippies. Yeah. The Only Good Punk is a Dead Punk.
My last pick. I've gone to Sweden. I've gone with Disfear, Soul Scars. Almost like I said about Disclose, the first 3 Disfear releases are fucking amazing. Could have picked any of them. Brutal Sight of War, this one, or Everyday Slaughter, the one after it.
Yeah.
They got like 2 periods of their career, Disfear. Early on, vocalist shifted to, I don't remember his name, guy from At the Gates, I think.
Oh, right, yeah.
On the second.
They have definitely got At the Gates connections.
The last two albums they did had him on vocals, but before that they went, you know, the sound changed a little bit with that. With this, it's straight up fucking fast and furious.
Yeah,
you know, DBT Crust. It's fucking class. Again, look at how many songs are on it. Again, it clocks in less than half an hour. This is a repress that was done on Havoc. I don't think it came on that originally, but it's great, man. Again, I love all that stuff though in Sweden. I could have picked 5 albums just from there.
Yeah, Scandinavia is one of them places. There's a lot of good crust
so
and
much
DB
crust
out of
and
there.
DB that comes out of there. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Much like we said about Japan as well.
Yeah,
It seems to just thrive in places like that.
Yeah.
But this is fucking great. Again, if you've not heard it, go and check them out. It's heavy. It's fucking fast. Brilliant. Fast on the DBs. Heavy on the crust. Whichever way you want to look at it. They both kind of are the same, really, aren't they? Let's be fair.
Yeah.
It's amazing, though. It's fucking brilliant. Go check them out.
So that's our picks. What you going for a honourable mention?
I'm going to go Nausea, Extinction.
I'm going to go Disrupt, Unrest.
Nice, good choice.
And next week we are doing our top 5
Straight Edge Records.
Straight Edge records. Catch us then.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
See you then.